Are you tired of dying to waterfowl? In this guide, I will teach you everything about Malenia. I will cover everything from the basics, status effects, punish windows, and how to dodge all her attacks, so that by the time you finish watching this guide you will be a true Malenia expert yourself. But before we get into all that, let's start with the basics. As you can see in the footage, when Malenia hits you, she will heal a bit of health, regardless of if you are blocking her with a shield, or you are using summons. Anything she hits, she will heal off of. That is why you shouldn't use melee summons. Instead use ranged summons like Latenna or the Twin-Edged Sorcerer. She will also heal off your body if you are dead. The same goes for summons and co-ops. Another thing you should watch out for is her hyper armor. When her hyper armor is activated, she will not stagger, so when you would have broken her stance, she will ignore it and her stance will reset back to 0. She activates hyper armor during her kick attack, the start of Waterfowl, during her lunge of her grab attack, any move in phase to where she is in the air, and during her downward strikes. She will also gain hyper armor if you hit her when she is passive. She also only has 80 stance. After you burn through that, you can riposte her. But as I just mentioned, if you burn through her 80 stance during her hyper armor, her stance will reset and you won't be able to riposte. And lastly, after you break her stance you can riposte her. Just get in front of her and do an R1. It is important to note that the window for a riposte is short. I've missed multiple windows because I was too slow. And if you were to riposte her at the end of phase 1 you might have to hit her again. She is programmed so that you must end phase 1 with a regular hit, so lingering status effects and riposts will get her to 1 health, but you will have to hit her once after. Let's now talk about status effects. Malenia is weak to bleed, frost, fire and lightning. Bonus points if you apply lightning in the water. The center of Malenia's arena is actually water, so if you use attacks that deal lightning damage here, you will deal more damage than if you were on the edge. You can also use combos like a weapon with innate bleed plus freezing grease. This will give you multiple bursts of damage. Once a freeze procs, she will take 20% more damage from all sources. This includes normal attacks, other status effects and spells. It is also important to mention that, when frost is proxed, you cannot build up any new frost whilst Malenia is frozen. To counteract this you can use fire damage from a pot, torch or just some grease, to be able to reapply frost. However, this will also get rid of the extra 20% damage, so it's a trade-off between less constant damage for more burst damage. But apart from effects that you should use, there are the ones that you should avoid. This is because Malenia has a high resistance to rot, holy, poison and sleep, and she is immune to madness buildup, so you should avoid these status effects. Let's now go over some dodges and punish windows. When Malenia lunges towards you, roll backwards to dodge. You can follow up with a jumping attack. When she does her downward slam, dodge it but stay close. You can follow up with a charged attack. The same goes for the uppercut with downward slam. Dodge to the left, dodge the downward slam and hit her with a charged attack. But be careful in phase 2, as she will most likely follow up with a fountain of rot flowers, so make sure that you are at her back if she goes for that. Another easy attack to punish is her kick. Dodge past her. After that you can land a R1 or use a skill like Bloodhound Smack. For her rapid slices attack, you want to dodge into her right, then dodge into her again. If you do it right you can get a R2 off. But that is only when she has no follow-up, so be aware of potential follow-ups. Instead of dodging into her for the second time, you could also dodge away and do a jumping R2. When Malenia goes for her grab attack, dodge into her. Then there are 2 things you can do. If you are close enough you could do a charged attack. If you are further away I'd advise to do a jumping R2. Now, the flying sweep and thrust. This one is a phase 2 exclusive. This one is not that hard to dodge. Once she goes into the air get ready. When she comes down and you dodge, then dodge again when she lunges towards you. If you are close enough you can get a charged attack off, otherwise you can do a jumping R2. Now Scarlet Aeonea. Once she flies up where phase 2 starts, start walking back. When she comes at you dodge, then dodge again for the explosion. You now have a window to heal and rebuff. After the flower fully sets, you can get a jumping R2 in. Important is to not go before the flower sets or you will get Scarlet Rot. The easiest way to dodge her clone attack is to walk backwards. This only works if you have enough space. If you are backed up against the wall, you will have to dodge the first few clones whilst running away. Depending on your positioning, you can either get a charged attack off or a jumping R2. Now it's time for Waterfowl. There are 3 situations: close up, medium distance, and long distance. The hardest is close up. Here you want to keep dodging into her. For the second and third flurry, you should be able to negate all damage, but for the first one it's just about minimizing the damage taken. Next is medium distance. As soon as she jumps in the air, start walking back. This will dodge the first flurry. For the second flurry, keep running. Once she reaches you, dodge away from her. For the third one, unlock the camera and dodge into her. At a longer distance, you will be able to dodge her first 2 flurries by just walking back. For the third one, you still want to unlock the camera and dodge into her. Make sure that with any dodge you wait until the final attack goes off, or you will get clipped. This is all you need to know in order to beat Malenia, so go get her. If you want to see me absolutely dominating Malenia, click the video on the end screen.